Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing the part number 3 of Lord of the Mysteries Star Club members, what their theme would be. Today will be two characters, Emlyn White and Forrest Wall. The reason this one took much longer to record and such is because one of the characters, Forrest Wall, the one I'm going to be doing after Emlyn is a character that I very much, at least in the Terror Club characters, is my least favorite character. I've already talked about why she's my least favorite character in my reviews of Lord of the Mysteries, uh, and that's why I just didn't want to record it. But at the end of the day, I did say I would do these videos, and I forced myself to do this. Now, firstly, we will be doing Emlyn. For those who do not know Emlyn this is a spoiler for anyone as hasn't read Lord of the Mysteries, book one, whole part, like, and some parts of book two as well, because there will be spoilers in this video. Now, on to the video. For those who do not know Emlyn is a member of the Terror Club known as the Moon or Mr. Moon. He joins the Terror Club in around mid to late volume 2. Uh, Personally, sort of recruited by a client because Lilith, the guard, one of the many guards, forced him, almost forced him, Emlyn, to join, influenced him to join via her own influence on his people. Emlyn is a natural born beyonder. For those who do not know that is also a spoiler, and I won't explain what it is in this video. He is a natural born beyonder, someone who was already born, who was born a beyonder, not that who did not take a potion to become a beyonder, but was born a beyonder, and is also not a human. He's a vampire, or more correctly, a sanguine, as he loves to call himself, and the proper term used in Lord of the Mysteries is sanguine. Now, one of the most famous thing about Emlyn, this is a spoiler from book 2, is that he opens a hospital and is pretty much a very well-known doctor. In even volume 2, he's pretty well known. His parents were well known for their medical treatments and as such. So the two first Pokemon that I would have given him is a Clefairy or a Clefairy. These two would have been my first decision to give him, because is Clefairy? I think it's Clefairy, right? Because I believe that's the Pokemon that Nurse Joy always has with her. I'm sorry if I'm misremembering this, or it's yeah, let's remove this. Where's that? Let's just do this. Audino. Let's give him Audino. It's basically, those who do know about Audino, it's a pretty neat Pokemon. Yeah, I have its explanation here. Basically, it can feel using the sound of other heartbeat and tell how they are feeling. Basically, it has a very good healing. It has a very good ears and hearing, that and can hear what other people are feeling. It is known as a hearing Pokemon. Two of its ability is healer, that basically can heal an ally status conditions, and regenerator. A Pokemon with regenerator restores 1/3 of its maximum HP when switching out. So in my opinion, Audino fits as a starter for Emlyn very well. And I didn't do this for my last two videos, but I'll do this now. in my opinion, in this team and like in mostly in anime, only one Pokemon of a Pokemon trainer becomes Mega because it has a very good connection with it. So in my opinion, for Emlyn, it would be Audino because Audino also has a Mega Evolution form. Let's do this here. Yeah, Mega Evolution, Mega Audino. In my opinion, would fit very well with Emlyn because he's a pretty like one of his most famous characteristics that isn't that part of his character is that he's a doctor and he's a very 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 good doctor as well. Now his second Pokemon was a bit difficult because I had two ideas on what to do with it. One was not Broman, Crobat. Like this happens a lot. Autocorrect. Nope, not this. Crobat because it's a bat. Like, but one other was my spelling is very bad. No, I weren't. Again, once again, this is also a bat and this is also a bat. Of course, the difference is this is poison and this is dragon type. Both are flying type as well. This was one I was on fence about because I Emlyn can turn into a bat. We aren't exactly shown what type of bat he turns into, but we do know that he can turn into a bat and he's a vampire man. Bats are the main thing. So I was almost confused on which one to pick. In the end, I did go for Crobat because I mean we aren't going to be picking poison type as that many times in this, like at least in his party, and I did want to like have at least somewhat of a interesting team because last in the last two videos most of my the teams I've picked for the characters have been basically a monotypes or specifically related to a single theming of their characters, and the types have been very very similar. Like Kind and Audrey were basically just psychic and fairy types. Uh, uh, Alger and Derek were a bit different because one was a basically water, and the other was more. Derek was, I believe, more varied because we don't really have that many Pokemon that are sun type or using sun, so that's why his Pokemon were a bit more varied than other. Sorry, I'm very sick. My throat is very dry. It has been for the last 2 days as well. As I didn't want to record any videos for this. Now, after this, my another Pokemon, it was a bit easier, was not Mega Gigantamax, Hattern. The reason I picked Hattern was because like it gave off a feel of a sort of a doll. I couldn't find any doll Pokemon that Emlyn's major characteristic is that he likes dolls. Like he's a big fan of dolls. So I was trying to find a Pokemon that looked like a doll somewhere here, but I could not find one that would have been a good pick for him. I couldn't find a doll. Like maybe Frostlass could have been one that I picked, but it did not work. Like Frostlass is someone that I would give a mention to because he does like cute things. Like he likes cute things and dolls. Like so long as one's a doll, it can be cute. Another mention I wanted to give was this Chandelure. The reason I picked Chandelure here was because it's a ghost and fire type. Of course, Emlyn does not know any fire moves, nor is he a ghost. But like this one, I wanted to give because it fits the theming, the era of the books. A Chandler, in a or Victorian era setting. That's why I wanted to give a shout out to this one. One more Pokemon. I have a list over here. Let me check on. Of course, if I was doing the legendary Pokemons, I might have given Emlyn Lunala, because Moon, the themes with the connection with Lilith, the goddess of the moon in LOTM and such. No, another one. These one are more fit for his alchemist, because the potion pathway, the moon pathway gives him abilities of an alchemist. That was these Pokemon were picked for that. Doctor and Blissey, yes, Blissey was the one I was looking for, because like Blissey is, I believe, famous for being in the healing shop. Nurse Joy has her. Another was these last ones for Emlyn were a bit hard to do, so I picked ones that I thought were fit. But if you guys would like to comment, this one, Rosegard, a poisoning grass type. You see this, yeah. He would have more poison and grass type Pokemon, because poison. Those are basically alchemists theming being given here. The last Pokemon that I picked for him would be a pretty new Pokemon. What happened? Why is this moving? This one? Yep, Toxicity, another poison type. Yeah, these are the Pokemon I picked for him. In my opinion, these do fit. Like Hatterene and Rosengard and Toxicity are ones I'm unkeen about for him, since these I did not particularly know what to pick for him, and like in the end it was taking too much time, so I picked these three. If you guys have any changes for it, or any ideas on opinions on the matter, please comment down below what you guys think on the matter. Now, the next person character, not my favorite, but I will try my best to do a team for her as well. Now, one of the first Pokemon I wrote down for her was, it was like, if I was doing legendary Pokemon, right? But the first Pokemon I would have given her would have been Hoopa, the confined form one, because he's a trickster, and has partial magic, which Force Wall, who follows the door pathway, is basically her whole identity is being a trickster and using space magic. I won't give her the trickster badge, because she ain't a trickster. Like, she's barely a novel writer. Like, her most famous thing is that she's lazy and a novel writer. That's it. And she's like there, does not do anything throughout the whole book. She does do a lot of things throughout the book, but her character remains a very static character, and like does not grow up. She starts as the same person and ends as the same person. Maybe grows a bit more confident as character too, because she's now one of the most strongest characters in the books, but still she is like one of my least character types and such. She's also a doctor as well. Now, one of the first Pokemon I thought about was Miss Magus. The reason I thought of Miss Magus, because a witchy and ghost and passing through walls and such. Ghost types do that, and in my opinion, it fits her, as because one of the first abilities she does get is that she can pass through walls. Of course, Miss Magus does not have a Mega Evolved form. I don't know if Legends did introduce a Miss Magus Evolved form, but I do not believe it has been updated on this site, so I can't say now. Another Pokemon I had for this one, yes, indeed, a Psychic normal type. in my opinion, feels weird because it's sort of a refined Pokemon, like the refined looks and such, and uh, polite and those things, which does fit for like later character in book two, Circle of Inevitability, when she acts as a more of a mentor figure and such. That's why I believe this fits her character. Of course, other characters were more harder, in my opinion. I did think of giving her Noivern, but I did not because, again, Noivern does not. It is the flying type, can get anywhere faster and tracks to his echolocation, but he did not want to do that. Now, one Pokemon that from Generation 1 I had, where it is, where is it, where is it? Alakazam. Yep, Alakazam, a psychic type. The reason I pick psychic is I'm picking psychic types in a lot of these uh, Pokemon team building is because a lot of what Beyonders do can be done by most of the psychic Pokemon or ghost Pokemon or dark Pokemon rather than any other Pokemon uh, as well. That's why I'm picking a lot of psychic. The reason the psychic type, first of all, uh, teleportation. Like a psychic type have teleportation, and the toe pathway is basically known for teleportation. Like that's the most important aspect of it. Ability to track other people, psychic types can do that as well. So that's why I picked Alex Sam for him. Of course, I was close to picking Gardevoir, but I already had done that for Audrey, and that would have been Audrey's Mega Evolved form. So I did not pick up a what is what do you say was a Mega Gardevoir for that because it would have been other persons as well. There are other types as well. Once again, I would have probably like picked Blissey here because another aspect that's forgotten about uh, for Force and isn't used that much because we already have a Beyonder that plays a doctor, so you don't really need it. But Force is a certified doctor, while Emlyn gets his doctor's ability through the Beyonder abilities he was born with. Force is someone who actually went and studied being a doctor. As I was saying, studied being a doctor rather than actually just gaining the knowledge through his her Beyonder abilities. There are other I have for like once again Hattern. Hattern fits her witch vibes that she has. Yeah, this one actually I had written down, but I don't know why I didn't do it. Slacking. Now you guys might be wondering why I picked slacking for her. This is actually a pretty good one because it's one for her most famous characteristics is that she is lazy. Like when I say lazy, full on lazy. That's like one of the most important characteristics about her. Like she's lazy, she doesn't want to do it, and such. So that's why I pick slacking because she's always lacking on things. Slacking, yeah. Other that I another one to sort of probably either Blissey or Ordino. I would have picked like I gave Emlyn Ordino. I would give her Blissey to fill the doctor role in here. If you guys are wondering why I did that, or this thing Aloma Mola. I believe this is also a doctor sort of thing, but like let's just give her Ordino as well because she was a doctor. If you guys are wondering how I picked these characters, like I do have a list I write down for as the Pokemon I believe fit them, like about 25 Pokemon on it, and just pick the ones that fit here. Of course, once again, could give her a Zorak, Gardevoir, Delphox. Yeah, why haven't I done this? Where is it? Where is it? This. What? Picked? Yep. Delphox. Again, a fire and starting. A starter. I don't think I've actually given people starter Pokemon that much. Is it a Mega Delphox? I don't believe. If I believe, I think Legend Z here might have given a Mega Delphox, but if there is, then her Mega would have been a Mega Delphox because Witch, Fire, Psychic, this. This is her team. If you guys have any comments, please comment down below. Now I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to turn off by like me just ranting throughout the whole last 21 minutes, and I'll see you probably next time tomorrow.